Are we ready?
Yay!
I can't hear you. Are we ready? Oh, it's exciting. Oh my goodness. Right, you guys must be absolutely knackered because you've been a little bit busy, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've been doing all your stuff, and I've been listening. I've been sat over there, picking my nose for the last 2 hours, listening to what's going on, and I've actually enjoyed it. I'm quite surprised, actually, because I do a lot of different venues, and you know what? Somehow I sit there thinking, God, get me out of here. And actually, I was really surprised just how coherent and how everybody seems to work together. And I don't know if it's like this all the time. Are you always really nice to each other? Do you work as a good team?
Yes.
Do you all know each other? Has this made a big difference to you?
Yes. Yes.
I hope so. Because I can tell who the outgoing ones are, who the ones are, you know, who've been putting it out there and making the effort, and the slightly insecure ones and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being insecure. I mean, sometimes the thing is, we are children trapped in adult bodies. We try to be grown up, and the thing is, we're so busy wondering what other people think of us that we end up making ourselves miserable because we're too busy trying to impress other people. Whether it's the clothes we wear, whether it's the car we drive, whether it's the jewellery or our haircuts or whatever it is. And it's a bit depressing, it's a bit sad that we spend so much time worrying what other people think of us, because the most important thing is what we think of ourselves. It's what do you think of you? How happy are you with you? If you just cut out all that, what everybody else thinks, what do you think of you? If you look at yourself in the morning, now, don't get me wrong, I know what I look like. I know, you can see me, and whatever your opinion is of me, I don't care. I'm not interested. I don't care if you look at me and think, he looks a right dick. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If somebody looks at me and goes, blue dogs, what's that about? Why can't he wear black ones like normal people? What's the matter with him? What's with that jacket? He's clashing with his glasses. I don't care, don't care. Because it's what I feel like wearing, right? It's what I want to wear. I don't give a shit what you think, right? That's not to say that your opinion isn't important. It is. I mean, you know, you might actually be able, not you, but yeah, anybody else might be able to advise me on something to wear. Right? It's only the socks, that did it. Right. There's nothing wrong with them. But I couldn't wear those with these. They're Star Wars. They're fucking awesome, mate. But not green. Not green with this, you see. I've got a colour scheme, right? But the thing is, it doesn't matter what I think of your socks, because you can turn around and go, fuck you, which is fine. Because you like them, they mean something to you. And the thing is, what I do is I try to get grown-ups to forget about being a grown-up just for a while. Just to be that kid that you are deep down, that sometimes goes, for Christ's sake, I'm sick of being a grown-up. I'm sick of trying to act like I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you need to let your hair down. Again, not you, but anybody else. I can't grow a beard. Yay! Got more testosterone than I've got. So, Donna, thank you very much for bringing me here. You're a very brave woman. Because none of you guys know who I am. And in fact, I get booked to go to places and they don't know who I am. I have to explain myself, which is really annoying. But I think that we're going to do all right. I think we're going to have a bit of fun because I've been watching you. Not in a weird way, but I've been watching you. So I'm going to get a few people to help me. But before I explain what it is I do, I need everyone to join in. And I've got a feeling I don't have to ask you more than once, right? Charlene thinks she knows what I'm doing. All right. Everybody, put your hands like this. Put your hands like this. Put your hands together so that your nails touch, and then just rub your nails. That's it, just rub your nails together. Right? And we're going to do something that's a little bit weird, a little bit silly. You can read into it how you like, but just do it so that you're going over lots of little speed bumps as fast as you can, faster and faster. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of energy. I'm going to give you an energy ball. Ooh. Zoom in. Rubbing faster, faster, fast as you can. In about 5 seconds, I'm going to ask you to stop
and you're going to hold out your hand as though you were holding an imaginary football, right? You're just going to imagine that you've got a football in front of you and you're going to hold it, but it's a power ball. You're going to feel energy coming from that ball. Don't let go of it. On the count of 3, hold the ball in front of you and feel the energy coming from the ball. 1, 2, 3. Hold the power ball. Can you feel the energy flowing through the ball? You can feel the electricity. Squeeze it, make the ball smaller and smaller and tiny, so it's the size of a little pea. Pop it in your mouth and swallow it. And it's going to give you energy. As you feel it, as it goes down, feel the energy. It's good, that, isn't it? It's good. That is just a bit of fun that you can do with kids, you can do with anybody. Sometimes people go like this, wow, that's weird, I can feel it. Or sometimes you just sit there looking at it going, what? This is fine. Right? I'm going to get you to use your imagination. Imagine that I'm handsome. I know it's a difficult one, but you're going to use your imagination in many different ways. Some of you are going to use your imagination more than you've ever done in your entire existence. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 30 years, I've been a stage hypnotist. And what I do, no, I don't make people cluck like chickens. I don't make people take their clothes off. I don't go around humiliating people. What I do is I give people the chance to be that kid inside. To just let your hair down a little bit, to just have a bit of fun, to just do something without thinking, what will people think of me? It's a little bit like being really, really pissed. Except you're not. Right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to get a couple of volunteers. In fact, I need about 8 volunteers, 1 from each table at least, two or more. And I'm going to tell you this, we're not going to do anything weird. We're not going to do anything embarrassing. We're not going to do anything regrettable. Everything that we do is being videoed, and I'm going to send on the video. You're going to be able to see exactly what you've done. It's all fun. It's all enjoyable. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be hypnotised, now's the chance to do it. Because do you know what? I'm always doing bookings in places where people are hammered. How many of them have you had? Nice. You just look like you're on the wine. Is that gin and tonic? Vodka, nice. They're normally all drunk, so it's nice to be with a load of people that are reasonably sober. And this is the thing, when you hypnotise people, they've got to be intelligent. You can't hypnotise an idiot. Put your hand up if you're intelligent. Put your hand up if you sat next to an idiot. Look how easy I've got you to put your hand up. You see, the thing is, hypnosis is just you following a few simple, not commands, suggestions, things that you never thought about doing yourself, but when you do it, you find it enjoyable. And nobody is going to, at any point am I going to say, do this. If it's against your morals or your ethics, you won't do it. Because people think when you hypnotise, you're a zombie. You're not. You're completely aware of your surroundings. You know exactly what's going on, but you think, I'll do that. What the hell? Unless I ask you to do something that deep down is awful. And then you'll go, oh, I've had enough of this, I'm off. Right? So what I want is, who's the biggest, angriest looking person in the room? Who's the biggest, strongest, tallest? You look pretty butch over there, mate. Not you, that one there. Could you help me just for a second? Yeah. But come on. No. Because I'm a little fella, I always choose somebody that's you're not actually as tall as you look sat down. Where are you from?
France.
France. Okay. Probably picked the wrong guy then. What's your name?
Aurélien.
Sorry?
William.
I thought you said onion. Right, so... many layers to this man. How old are... No, I don't need to know how old you are, but I can tell by your body language that right now you're being very protective of yourself, which is good. You've got your arms folded. You're chewing a little. Just chill, relax. You've got a beautiful cardigan on that my granddad would have loved. Now look, Stop it.
Now, William, do you do any mixed martial arts or anything like that?
No.
Do you fight?
No.
I'm happy now because I can really take the piss out of you. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something funny, all right? Okay? It's a little bit of fun. It's a bit of an experiment. Just come to me.
Okay.
Stand there with your feet together, hands by your side. Now, I don't normally do this with people that are not English speakers of the first language, but it's nice to experiment with people that are not. Because one of the things you need to be aware of is that when you talk to somebody, when you hypnotise them, when you suggest things to them, it's very important that they understand what you're saying. And as soon as you start slipping into, it's not some unconsciousness, but subconscious, then what happens is you revert into your own language. And I found this out in India. I went out to India, went to Mumbai, and I was meant to hypnotise a lot of Indians. And as soon as they all started feeling sleepy, they all started thinking in Hindu, and they had to wake up to understand what I was talking about again. So what I want you to do is don't do that. I just want you to concentrate on me. And if I say anything that you don't understand, don't worry about it, because you're not going to fall asleep. You're not going to fall over. Okay? All right. Stay where you are. Can I have a fluent English speaker who's from England and speaks perfect? You sir. You're reasonable and you're...
No.
Okay. You're my backup. You're my backup. All right? So, what's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, so you just stand there, Andrew. All right. So, never done this before, but I'm always up for experimenting. Right? If it doesn't work for you, it'll work on him.
All right.
But I didn't pick him because he looks like trouble. But you look lovely. So I picked you. You just behave yourself. So I picked this fella. Now, you're going to have to look at me. Put your hands by your side. Stand your feet together. Okay. Now then, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the microphone down because I don't want people in the audience falling asleep. Are you video? You don't have to. I've got a video there. I'm watching you, cheeky. All right. Is it? I've done so many parties with my daughters, right? And nativities and things like that. And you see the parents, their little 4-year-old is singing some Christmassy tune, dressed up like one of the 3 wise men, and the parent is filming it with an iPad Pro, right? And they're not looking at the child, they're looking at an iPad. And everybody else behind them can't see anything, all they can see is this iPad. You're watching things, Charlene. You can't help yourself, can you? You're watching yourself, we haven't done anything yet. When it gets interesting, you're watching things from a different perspective, not reality. Right? And all I see is this. I see this all the time. Actually, I see this. When I see this, all I think is TikTok, Snapchat, or knobhead. When they film like that, because they don't know how to use it. But if they film like that, I'm thinking 1080p, 4K. They know what they're doing. Landscape. I told you to keep your hands by your side. Just relax. I'm going to do this very quickly. Close your eyes. Do nothing. Keep your eyes closed. During the time your eyes are closed, imagine you've got glue on your eyelids.
Oh no.
Stick your eyelids together. Don't open them under any circumstances. Nothing weird's going to happen. You're just going to stand there. Andy, you've moved.
I'm nervous.
Don't be, mate. Don't be. You're going to do the same thing. Come over this way a little bit. Put your feet together, hands by your side. Okay. Keep straight. You're not going to lose your balance. You're just going to keep your eyes closed. I want you to be stiff as a board so that nothing will bend you. Okay? Just remain where you are. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to hold it for about 5 seconds and then slowly breathe out through your nose. Perfect. Okay, you're going to do the same. All right? Now, this is what I mean. It looks weird because I'm so little and I'm always looking at people's noses, but I've got used to it, right? And you're just looking at me bald patch, but that's fine. Keep your hands by your side. Open and close your eyes as fast as you can. Faster, faster. Your eyes are going to get heavier, heavier. 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. During the time your eyes are closed, imagine that you've got glue on your eyelids. You're going to stick your eyelids together. Don't open them for anything, okay? Just stay where you are. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. Just ask you to stand there. Just relax.
Your eyes closed. Okay, now I'm going to talk to this fella over here, William, all right? I'll be with you in a minute. Now, right now, both of them are thinking, should I open my eyes? Should I have a look round? Should I see what the other fella's doing? Or they're going, he's told me to keep my eyes closed. I better keep my eyes closed because I want to see what's going to happen. What's important is, do I find out what's going to happen? Do I trust this guy? Is he going to make me look foolish? Or is he going to stick to his word? And I'm going to stick to my word, okay? And I always pick somebody bigger than me, because then if I go against my word or I'm lying, I give them permission, they can both batter me, all right? All right? And both of them can do it, because I keep my promise, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk, first of all, what I'll do is I'm just going to talk to William. Now, you might find the same thing happens to you, Andy, but that's fine. You're not going to lose your balance. You're going to remain stood. You're not going to fall over. Nod your head because you understand. Yeah, perfect. Okay. You're just going to remain balanced. But you will notice, as you listen to the sound of my voice and you concentrate on the things that I say, you will notice yourself ever so gently swaying from left to right. Because your feet are close together, your hands are by your side. I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the movement of the earth. Right? You're going to imagine you can feel the movement of the earth, and ever so gently, left to right, forwards and backwards, just feel yourself swaying ever so slightly. You're not going to lose your balance. I'm watching you. I'm going to make sure that's not going to happen. Now, you need to use your imagination. First of all, William, I'm stood right in front of you. That's me in front of you. You know that I'm there. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it again. Now breathe out. And I want you to imagine you can feel the force of energy pulling you towards me. Imagine you can feel the force of energy pulling you towards me, and you're going to keep your body completely stiff. You are not going to fall over, but you can feel yourself moving towards me. That's perfect. You can feel yourself moving. I'm right in front of you. I will not let you fall. Just let yourself go. Let yourself go. That's wonderful. Just let yourself go. I'm not going to let you fall completely rigid. Completely rigid. I will stand you up. I will stand you up. Perfect. Give him a round of applause. Just stand there. Stay exactly where you are. I'm going to go and talk to Andy. Stay where you are. Don't move, okay? Andy, same thing. Okay, now he felt this urge to fall towards me. He felt this force pulling him towards me. I'm going to go behind you. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. Breathe out. Fantastic. That's really good, Andy. That's really good. Just feel yourself as you stood there, feet planted on the floor. You're not going to fall, but I'm going to go behind you. I'm going behind Andy now, and I'm going to talk quietly. Stay where you are, William. Stay exactly where you are. Andy, right behind you. I want you to imagine that I'm going to glue my finger to the back of your neck. I'm gluing my finger to the back of your neck. Remember, keep completely rigid, completely solid, like an iron bar. Nothing's going to bend you. I won't let you fall. Keep your feet together. Keep your legs locked. Legs locked, that's right, that's perfect. Don't try and save yourself. Stay where you are. I've got you, 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 I've got you. Completely rigid, completely rigid, completely rigid. Perfect, give him a round of applause. This is about trust, okay? And I want you to trust me. I promise I will not ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. I won't ask you to do anything that's going to hurt yourself or anybody else, not yet, because you understand. I don't expect you to either. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go to Andy. Andy, we're going to do the same thing again, but very quickly. This time, what's going to happen is that I'm stood behind you. Okay? This time, you're going to go down. Your knees will bend slightly, and you will lower yourself to the ground. On 3, 2, 1, just let yourself go down. Let yourself go down. Lie down. Lie down. That's fine. Lie down. I want you to remain comfortable. Are you comfortable where you are? Yeah. Okay. Stay where you are. You're going to do the same On the count of 3, just let yourself bend your knees and go down. 1, 2, 3, just let yourself go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Right. Wonderful. Concentrate, listen only to the sound of my voice. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I like to give people the ability to sleep in their own bed wherever they are in the world. And I do this with soldiers a lot. I do lots of army bases. And one of the things that soldiers tell me, and I think it might apply to you guys as well if you travel a lot, is that when they go travelling, when they go working abroad, they struggle to sleep. They struggle to sleep because they're in a weird bed. They're not in their own bed. But what I want you to do is use your imagination, take a deep breath in, and I want you to imagine that you're in your own bed. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to get comfortable in your own bed. Now, the best way to do this, the best way to make it feel as real as possible, is to imagine maybe it's the pillow that you use, maybe it's the cushion, and maybe it's the quilt or the duvet or the blankets. Think about them and make them as real as possible. My wife likes to use Lenore. I don't know if that's one of your products, but I personally don't. If you use that kind of thing to make your blankets or your bedding smell nice, think of the smell. If you've got a particular perfume that you squirt around the room or whatever it is, try to smell it. Try to smell and feel your own bed. Now, it seems weird. It seems like a weird thing to do. But if you're in a place where you can't sleep and you imagine yourself in your own bed, soon you'll find yourself going to sleep. You'll find yourself sleeping nice and comfortable. Now, I'm aware you've got a broken rib. I don't need to do anything stupid or silly. But I'm going to give you a few seconds to really use your imagination and consider your own bed. Consider the smells, consider the feelings. You know that you're on the floor. You're totally aware of that. But you're going to use your imagination and get comfortable. Now, one of the ways you can do this is to put yourself in the position that you like to start to sleep in. We're not going to do anything weird, but what you're going to do is you're just going to get comfortable telling yourself that you are now in your own bed. And if a little voice says, yeah, but you're on the floor, say, yeah, I know that, but I'm thinking about being in my own bed. I'm concentrating, I'm using my imagination, and on the count of 3, just get as comfortable as possible in your own bed. 1, 2, 3. Nice and comfortable. Now take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, allow yourself to relax and really believe that you're in your own bed. And what we're going to do is something called microwave sleep. The thing is, we have very stressful lives, and sometimes we don't get the sleep we want. Sometimes we don't go to bed early enough. Sometimes there's things going on. There's things going on in our heads. We're so busy. We don't get to sleep. We don't get the rest we need. So, you don't have to do this on the floor. It is something you can do. I mean, if you've got an office space and you can spend 5 minutes behind your desk doing this, fine, but you can do it sat down. You can do it in your chair. You can do it with your eyes open. You can imagine yourself in your own bed. Take another deep breath. And we're going to go down some steps in your mind, starting at step 1, and we're going to go all the way down to step 10, down at the bottom. And this is a little bit like we sleep at night. We start off in a light sleep, and then we go through REM sleep, and then we go down and down into deep sleep. And the deep sleep is where we refresh our bodies and refresh our minds. And REM sleep is a place where we've got all kinds of things, where we dream. Right now, we're going to go down quickly, and you're going to spend what seems to you like a really long time in deep sleep, and then we're going to come back up again, and you're going to wake up and you're going to feel absolutely amazing. This is microwave sleep, using self-hypnosis. You're on the top step. Imagine these steps, and imagine that as you walk down them, when I say the numbers, you're going to walk down, and as you walk down in your mind, your body will relax 10 times deeper each time. Starting at the top step. 1, 2, 3, going down and down. 4, 5, deeper. 6, deeper still. 7, 8, down and down. Deeper and deeper, good feeling, good sensation all of your body. All the way down. 8, 9, 10. 10, you're down at the bottom. I'm going to stop and I'm going to give you the chance now to completely relax just for a few minutes. In your mind, your body. When you come back up, you're going to feel wonderful, refreshed, full of energy, full of life. Nice. Starting to come up again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you can just lie there, knowing where you are. And now you can choose, this is totally up to you, you can choose to stay there and get a little bit more rest, or you can wake yourself up. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. If you wake yourself up, stretch your muscles, nice big yawn, bring yourself round. All right, give him a round of applause, please. Right, now, be honest, and I want you to be really honest. How do you feel?
My rib hurts. No, it's fine. Yeah, I could go back to sleep.
There you go. Thank you very much, Andy. Give him a big round of applause. Wonderful. How do you feel?
Yeah, same. Really relaxed, actually. Yeah.
It's because you need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can choose to stay with me, or you can sit yourself down. If you choose to stay, we'll do something else together, and we'll be very conscious of your rib, okay? If you want to stay, grab a chair, put it down there, and sit yourself down, okay?
I don't mind, but I also, if somebody else wants
Well, we're all going to do different things, so you can sit down, and you can go back into that if you wish. All right? Okay. So now, listen, I know that we're kind of struggling for time. What time does food start? Because I don't want to...
No, you're all good.
Okay, we're all good. All right, so bring these chairs forward. So sorry to make you stand up again. What we're going to do is you're going to put that there. Perfect. Okay, now then. Don't freak out when I do this. Just close your eyes and relax down and down. Good feeling, good sensation in everybody. Just let yourself relax. Just as you were before. Down and down, deeper and deeper. Good feeling, good sensation. Thank you so much for volunteering. I really appreciate it, and you're going to love this. After this, you're just going to feel lighter, full of energy, full of life. You're going to feel absolutely wonderful, I promise. And I will give you a copy of my book. And I will give him a copy of my book for being here, all right? Not like that other type fella selling them to everybody. I'm going to sell some afterwards. Just close your eyes, relax. Down and down. Nice and loose and limp. Wonderful. All that matters is the sound of my voice, keeping your eyes closed, concentrating, listening only to the sound of my voice. At all times, maintaining your balance. At all times, being comfortable. If at any time you feel not comfortable, like your ribs hurting or whatever, I want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to do anything that's against your morals or your ethics, nothing to hurt yourself or anybody else. This is really important. Because the thing is, when you do a show, whenever you see a hypnotist, you only see the end result. You don't see people getting hypnotised, okay? You don't see how it happens. You just see people running around like lunatics. And the only reason you see that is because it looks good, so they put it on video. What they don't put on video is people relaxed, enjoying themselves, feeling good, because it's not very entertaining. So they don't bother putting that on TV or on YouTube or whatever. Me, I put the whole thing up, right? If somebody says, yeah, put that up, I'll put it up, and everybody can see it. And they go, oh, this is boring. I'm just looking at a lot of people just sleeping. Yeah. Yeah. And I do it for the people that get up. For the people that get up, they can watch and see what they did. They can see how they've transformed from being somebody who's wide awake and full of energy to somebody who's completely relaxed. And in between times, we might do something that's a little bit silly, like childish. So I want, let's see, a few more volunteers to bring a chair with you, and I'm going to instantly put you in this state of relaxation, so that you have lots of energy, you feel good about yourself, and then I'm going to show you how to use this ability to feel amazing about yourself, even if you look like this. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, could I have 2 on that side, 2 here, 2 on that side, as quickly as you can. Bring a chair with you, sit yourself down, and then we'll get started and we'll do something that's a little bit silly and a bit of fun. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause for joining in. Just leave them alone, don't mess with them. Guys, you've got people sat beside you now. Andrew and William, just ignore them, alright? They're staring at you, it doesn't matter, you just relax and you enjoying yourself. Look how relaxed you are, I'm just going to touch your hand, very relaxed, you feel fantastic, you're doing wonderful. Nice and relaxed, William, you're doing a great job, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for joining in. Okay, we're going to do this really, really quickly, but we're going to do something slightly different. Put your hands out like this. Okay, William and Andy, you don't have to join in, but if you want to join in, you can. You can hold your arms out, straight out in front of you, and I want everybody to imagine that on your right hand, there is a bucket on your right hand. There is a bucket, just keep your eyes closed, that's wonderful. I know you want to check what everyone's doing, that's fine, you can join in, okay? Just remember, try and keep your eyes closed, but I understand you want to check, and that's fine. You're allowed to do that because it's not your first language. So if you need to check, you can check and close your eyes. Because a lot of people think that hypnosis is sleep. It's not sleep. It isn't sleep. But when you see people with their eyes closed and they look asleep, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But what you're going to do is you're going to use your imagination. So imagine that on your right wrist, there is a bucket. And it helps if you close your eyes. On your left hand, there are balloons, lots of helium balloons fastened. Lots of helium balloons fastened to your left hand. Helium balloons, very lightweight balloons, okay? And you're going to use your imagination. I'm going to change the music to something nice and relaxing. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine that the bucket's getting heavier and the balloons are getting lighter. That's it. You're going to use your imagination. And the bucket is filling with sand, and the balloons are getting lighter. And that's it. You can watch your hands if your eyes are open, you can watch them if you want to, you can stare out into space, I don't mind. You can keep your eyes closed, whatever works for you, I don't mind. But you're going to use your imagination, and the balloons are going to get lighter, and lighter, and lighter. And the bucket of sand will get heavier. Now, yes, you need to use your imagination. If you're actually expecting something physical to happen and you're actually feeling a pull on your arm, well, that might happen because people are different. Everybody's different. Not everybody thinks the same. If we all thought the same, that'd be boring. So we all think differently. So however you would make the bucket heavier, when I click my fingers, it's going to get a lot heavier. A lot heavier, really heavy. The bucket of sand is getting so heavy, you can't keep your arm up, that's fine. I can't keep it up most of the time. The balloons, on the other hand, are going to get lighter and lighter. Lighter and lighter, really light. Using your imagination, seeing what happens. You see, everybody's different. Nobody does the same thing. Everybody reacts differently. And one of the things you have to be aware of in life, you can't expect people to do what you do just because you do it. And you can't expect other people to think like you because they don't. So when you're trying to sell things online, when you're trying to get people to follow a funnel or follow your navigation or buy something that's going to change their lives, they're not going to do it the way you think they're going to do it. They're not, because they think differently. We're going to make the balloon so light that your arm is going to shoot up in the air and the bucket so heavy so that your hand drops to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. What I did then is I told them what I wanted. I didn't give you the chance to do it yourself. Now I'm giving you a command that makes more sense. Now the hand with the bucket has dropped to the floor because I told you that's what I wanted you to do. Your other hand is flying up in the sky. But what will happen when collectively everybody claps once on the count of 3 and that represents all the balloons popping at once? What will happen when all the balloons pop when everybody claps once on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Keeping your eyes closed, using your imagination. That was very good. You see, people work differently. Even when you tell somebody such a thing's going to happen, unless you're specific, they will do what they think is supposed to happen. And there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. The main thing is you feel relaxed. Andy, when I click my fingers, you're going to be completely relaxed and your arms will drop. 1, 2, 3. Down and down, deeper and deeper. Just let yourself go. Just let yourself relax. Everybody, just relax. Just relax, relax. Just relax. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Stay where you are. So, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you're doing is you are allowing yourself to use your imagination. And we're going to try something else. It's a little bit of an experiment. It works differently with everybody. So just remember, expect nothing. Keep an open mind. Sit back in your chair, take a nice deep breath, relax, and as you breathe in, hold it for 5 seconds, and then let yourself breathe out and feel yourself sinking down into your chair. At all times, you're going to remain balanced. You're not going to be asked to do anything against your morals or ethics. I mean this. You're not going to do anything that's going to hurt yourself or anyone else. Nod your head because you understand. Take a nice deep breath in. And this time, as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful, beautiful place. You're on holiday. It could be a beach. It could be in a garden. It could be anywhere. But if I say, imagine that you're on a sun lounger, without actually lying down, you could stretch your legs out a little bit and get comfortable on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Just stretch out a little bit. Now, you are aware that you're completely clothed, and you will stay that way. You will not remove any items of clothing, no matter how warm you get. Nod your head because you understand. The reason I say this is sometimes people get hot, a little bit extrovert. I'll take all my clothes off. No, don't do that. Do not do that. But you will see hypnotists who will video this and they'll go, "Ha, look at this, it's hilarious." No, it's not hilarious. Don't do that. Stop people from doing that. So you're not going to remove anything, but you are going to use your imagination and imagine that the sun is shining down on you. It's about 80 degrees, and I want you to feel the sun beating down on you and relaxing every single muscle and fibre of your body. Now, this is a cool thing to do. If you're in England and it's raining, or it's snowing, it's miserable, it's cold, it's wet, and your holiday is 6 months away, isn't it nice to be able to go on holiday for 5 minutes a day? All you got to do is use your imagination. Nelson Mandela was in a prison on Robben Island, I think it was 22 years, and he came out a sane man. And people said, how on earth did you manage to stay sane, trapped in a box on an island? And he said, well, paradise is in the mind. It's up to you how you make things, how you decide to live. If you go outside and it's raining, and you go, it's raining, oh, that affects me, I feel miserable, then you're a fool. But if you go outside and you go, oh, it's raining, fantastic, all the plants are going to love that. I'll get a jacket. You're going to feel happy. Don't let outside forces affect how you feel. If you choose to feel happy, be happy. So take another deep breath and really soak up the sunshine because it's getting hotter and hotter. And this time, you're going to react as if it's getting hot. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, it's getting so hot. You're going to do things to cool yourself down. You're going to remain seated, you can stretch out, you can soak up the sun. But you're going to act as if you're actually soaking up the sun. You're going to hear people laughing, that's perfectly fine. They're not sitting there being quiet. You can laugh, you can clap, you can do whatever. But I want you to soak up the sun and really use your imagination. This is your chance to put yourself in a place. Maybe you've been on holiday, maybe it's somewhere you've always wanted to go, maybe it's somewhere that you fancy being now. Make it as real as possible. So, for example, if you're on a beach, you might not be, but if you are, you might like the sound of birds flying in the sky. You might like the sound of the sea crashing against the shore. You might like the sound of children playing in a park. You might imagine the sounds of people splashing about, whatever it is. Use your imagination and make that your reality in your imagination, whatever it is. And really soak it up. 95 degrees, it's getting hotter and hotter. When it gets to 100, you're going to use your right hand as a fan. When it gets to 100, you use your right hand as a fan and you're just going to fan your face. And the more you do physically, the more you're going to tell your subconscious this is real. Even though your conscious is like, yeah, I know it's not. But you're going to tell your subconscious it's real. And your subconscious is going to play the game. And you're going to feel yourself relaxing as though you were really on holiday. So we're going to go through a few little things to help you relax. Nod your head because you understand. When I count from 5 down to 1 and I say Constantinople, that will be the end. You'll be completely back to normal, being your normal self, 96 degrees. When I say Constantinople and I count from 5 down to 1 and clap my hands, that will be the end. You'll be completely back to normal, no longer hypnotised, back to being your normal self. Nod your head because you understand. 97 degrees, 98 degrees, 99 degrees, 100. It is so hot, use your right hand as a fan and just fan your face. In fact, you're going to have to use both hands because one isn't enough. You're going to use both hands as a fan. William, use your hands and just fan yourself quickly. Fan yourself. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but the more you do it, the better you feel. In fact, your mouth is dry, your tongue is dry, your mouth is dry, your tongue is dry. You need some kind of refreshment. Imagine there is a waiter walking by. There's a waiter walking by with your favourite drink. Grab that drink and drink the drink. Whatever the drink, think of the drink. Drink whatever the drink, think of the drink. Drink it and enjoy it. Drink it and enjoy it. Think of the flavour. If I ask you with a flavour, without opening your eyes, you're just going to tell me the flavour of whatever it is you're drinking. Remember, by keeping your eyes closed, you're stopping yourself from looking at anybody else and seeing what they're doing. You're doing what's going on in your own mind. If you spend your life looking over other people's shoulders, you're living their life, not yours. Do you. Do you. And if all you want to do is nothing, do nothing. It's fine. But the more you do, the more relaxed you become. Think of a drink, think of a drink, think of a drink, think of a drink. What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? Favourite drink? What would you like? Quickly, tell me, quickly.
Melon juice.
Melon juice. Grab a melon juice and drink that. There you go, just drink that. What would you like to drink?
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. Drink that, drink that. Everyone's a teetotaler, that's good. Just think about it. Think of your favourite drink. I want you to really drink it. Don't stop drinking it. What's your favourite drink?
Corona.
Corona. Good lad. Drink it, keep drinking it. What's your favourite drink? Pina colada, getting caught in the... Drink it. What's your favourite drink? Same. Drink it, lad. Go on, pina colada, drink it. Put your hand up, use your imagination. Imagine you're drinking it. What's your favourite drink? Champagne. Hold on to your drink. Imagine you're drinking it. What's your favourite drink? Can you remember?
Beer.
Oh, he likes beer now. This is good. He's gone from mango to beer. That's good. Drink it. I want everyone to imagine that you've got a beer in your hand, or you've got pina colada, whatever it is. I want you to imagine that it's alcoholic, okay? Hold it, drink it, think of the flavour, think of the taste,